Every country has its moment. It's time to shine.
When the universe conspires, planets align.
Scotland invites you, our stage is set.
For one brilliant year we'll never forget.
A homecoming to celebrate all that we are. Countless events, parties near and far.
We welcome the world to come and to share, so you too can say, yes, I was there.
Join us at Aberdeen Sports Village for the Commonwealth Water Polo Championships 2014, the playing of the South African national anthem just prior to the Scotland-South Africa bronze medal match. Stirring rendition there of the South African national anthem from the South African women's team prior to this bronze medal match. We now have the Scottish national anthem played by Dave Armstrong. Rendition of Flower of Scotland. Dave Armstrong, the piper, playing that. As we now go to the presentation of the two teams. First up we have South Africa. Our captain at first there was Kelsey White, and then Anka Jacobs, the goalkeeper, Caitlin Schroeder and Megan Parks. Temi Hayden-Rich, number 4, and Megan Schoolen, number 5. 6 there, Sam Shedd and Kim Kay, number 7. Even Paley 8 and Taryn Schooling, number 9. Marcel Manson 10. Claire Gorey 11. Kelsey White and their second keeper Jessica Bentley. Finished third in the group stages, South Africa. The Scotland team who finished 4th. We have Gail Logan on the right hand side, their goalkeeper Sarah Thompson, then Holly Campbell, Nicola Tate, big outside shooter, Julia Mackay, the centre forward. Laura Mathewson controls things from the top. Victoria Whitcoat, Portobello. Fiona Greer plays for the Penguin Club in London. Laura Fox and Louise Fox beside her. Susan Johnson, number 11 for Scotland, and the young Alison Tate. And Chantal Guillot, the goalkeeper. And our two referees for the game this afternoon. We have Slim Potter from New Zealand and Sean Chow from Singapore. So Ian, second time this afternoon we will see Scotland against South Africa. This part of the third, fourth, fifth games that will determine who wins bronze, and both these sides had victories yesterday, so this is a true bronze medal match.
Yes, it is. I think we're all just trying to recover from that first bronze medal match between Scotland and South Africa's men. That was an incredible finish. This one, I think, might not be quite as close, Alan. I hope I'm wrong, but in the group stages, it was quite a big score. So we're hoping Scotland. I know the girls are really fired up to put on a big performance. So let's hope they can keep it close and keep it really good.
So a lot of social media involved in this Commonwealth Championships. A big part of it, and if you, the audience, wish to play your part, Twitter, Instagram or Facebook, get the buzz and let us know your thoughts on the championships. There you can see the link swimbuzz.co.uk and also #CWPC2014. As you can imagine, a lot of the tweets coming in just now offering their congratulations to the Scottish team on their victory. Cara over in Ireland, a good supporter of Irish water polo, and that's a wrong supporter of Scotland as well. Thanks for your tweets. AFCB Rob giving the credit to the Scottish team. Chloe Wilcox as well, part of the English team who will play later on this afternoon against Canada for the gold medal match. Grant McKenzie and Paul Dudley again, very active on the Twitter feed. James Mason as well offering his support, so plenty of voices and tweets of encouragement and congratulations coming in on the social media airwaves, Ian.
Yeah, and I think all deserved. Social media is a great way to keep in touch, and we've even had people from as far afield as Jakarta and South Africa being in touch, and it's nice to know that the Scottish water polo family is far and wide and is still connected. We do enjoy hearing from them, and we're almost ready to start this one. And I hope we're going to give them something else to talk about.
Yes, and anyone over in South Africa wishes to get in touch, #CWPC2014. I'm sure you're there willing your women's team on here for the bronze medal. The women's team have played in the two other Commonwealth tournaments, 5th place on both occasions, so they will be doing better than that for sure here in Aberdeen at the Aberdeen Sports Village. As our two referees look to get things underway for the swim off for Scotland, there is number 2 Holly Campbell, Sarah Thompson the goalkeeper there just beside her, so Holly Campbell number 2 up against the South African captain Kelsey White. She's quite a strong player for South Africa, Ian.
Yeah, Kelsey White's had a terrific tournament. She's a big strong player, does everything, centre defence, outside shooting, plays a water polo in Arizona in the States. So it's nice to see her over in Scotland.
As we go for the 12.5 metre swim, White against Campbell, and Campbell wins the ball for Scotland. That's a big win at the start of this bronze medal match.
Yeah, Scotland are just looking to settle into this game.
Julia Mackay, number 4, being called for holding the defender. Number 9, Taryn Schooling. So South Africa have their opening possession. And the ball goes to number 7, Kim Kay, defended by Gail Logan, the Scottish captain. Logan, who picked up 3 majors a little bit early when these teams met in the group stages, and that certainly had an impact on the Scottish performance. But that is the sort of shooting that Scotland are going to have to face. Number 9, Taryn Schooling for South Africa.
Yeah, the danger is with good shooters on the outside, you drop off to stop the ball going to the centre forward, but you leave them space, and you can see Schooling just loops that over. Perfect lob in off the post, and it's 1-0 to South Africa.
Nicola Tate scored a couple of good goals yesterday against Wales. Scotland were victorious, second time they've been in Wales this week. And Gail Logan wins the exclusion. Number 7, Kim Kay, excluded for 20 seconds. So Scotland have the extra player.
An interesting setup here. They were lying in a 3-3 formation, but Nicola Tate's just swum into the post. So it's a more traditional 4-2 for Scotland. Let's see if they can make something of it.
Ball goes to Julia Mackay, number 4. Out to Mathewson, to Mackay, but we're back even again. South Africa back to full strength with 4 seconds left on the shot clock, and Scotland disappointingly failing to get a shot away. And even worse, as South Africa now go on the counter.
They'll be disappointed with that, Scotland. You would like to think on an extra man you're going to at least get a shot away and force the goalkeeper to make a save.
Good work there, Nicola Tate helping out Laura Mathewson, as Kelsey White was looking to set in the centre forward. And it is Tate on the left hand side of the pool who comes forward with the ball. Fiona Greer, number 7, setting in centre forward and marked by Samantha Shedd. But again, South Africa steal. They're very good on the press. Here the South African coach, Brad Rowe. Number 9, Schooling, gets it into centre. Centre forward, Taimi Hayden-Rich. And back to Schooling. Moving across to find the angle, and she does. Lovely movement from Schooling to find the angle.
Schooling's second goal of the game. She's a dangerous outside shooter. She doesn't just lob the ball, she can also find the far corner. Great technique moving round to increase the angle, and then she lets it go, and that's too good for Sarah Thompson in the Scottish goal. And South Africa pull out to a 2-0 lead.
Laura Mathewson, number 5. South Africa dropping off the ball, but the ball gets into centre forward. Julie Mackay not able to get a hold of it, and Anka Jacobs picked it up and sent South Africa on the counter-attack through Megan Schooling. To Taryn Schooling. Kelsey White, the captain. Samantha Shedd. Clock ticks down, 5 remaining. And White, again the movement, slight movement to the side to find the angle, Ian.
Kelsey White's a strong outside shooter. Excellent technique, she's got the balance there. She's got the left arm forward, got good balance, ball behind the head. And you can see finding the far corner of the net.
And the block maybe just dropping a little bit too early.
Yeah, I think when you're blocking you need to come towards the player to narrow the angle.
So Scotland in blue. Number 11, Susan Johnson, joins the game. It's Gail Logan who tries to take it round. Looks for a receiver and goes to the far corner to Holly Campbell. After Kenny Campbell used to play for Scotland a few years ago. But now opportunity for the attack. And Campbell puts the ball in the corner. But South Africa still managed to find the counter-attack. Taryn Schooling.
And the ball's across. Excellent save by Sarah Thompson. It looked like South Africa were going to find a 4th goal, and that's a great outlet pass. Holly Campbell. She got opportunity. Maybe she just delayed. But Holly Campbell still has the ball. She looks for Julia Mackay. Oh, Slim Cotter's not having anything. And South Africa have the ball.
Inside last 4 minutes of this opening period. Kelsey White, no surprise, we've seen a lot of her in this opening quarter. Sam Shedd, number 6. As South Africa look to set on Hayden Rick, number 4. They do get the ball in a little bit too easy, but a good save from Sarah Thompson. I don't think the men's goalkeeper's approach at heading the ball over the bar.
I'm not sure how much Sarah Thompson knew about that, but you always credit the goalkeeper when they save it. You can see the shot coming in, back hook, and she saves that with the top of her head. Well done, Sarah Thompson.
And Schooling with the shot. He's got a couple of goals already in this match, but not on that occasion. And number 3, Nicola Tate, comes away with the ball. Opened the scoring for Scotland yesterday against Wales. As we see some underwater shots. And Logan just a little bit easily dispossessed there. Megan Schooling showing her experience. Gives the ball back to the goalkeeper and then gets a return, and she's going to go all the way as Megan Schooling makes the goalkeeper come up once. And Sarah Thompson not able to stay there, and so finds the back of the net for South Africa's 5th goal of the afternoon.
Scotland are getting caught now in the counter-attack, and you can see she draws the goalkeeper to the near post and then just lobs it over the goalkeeper for South Africa's 4th goal of the game.
So Scottish coaches, Neil Rayner, assistant coach Theo Bampouras, electing to call a timeout. Really needing to get the Scottish ladies to regroup here. Been a tough start.
Yeah, you can see the tactics board there. That's Neil Rayner. All the yellow markers will be the Scottish team. He's showing them the angles he's looking for them to block. All you water polo coaches out there, I'm sure you're interested in the movements here. Always easier to see it, I think, when you're looking at a tactics board than just to try and understand it when the coach is speaking to you. I think he's sorted it out now, Alan.
Yeah, so Scotland coming back into play. And it is our goalkeeper, Sarah Thompson, who will get things underway with under 2:30 of this opening period remaining. Susan Johnson taking the pressure, and we have an exclusion. Sean Chow, the Singapore referee, deciding that it is number 9 for South Africa, Taryn Schooling, who is excluded for 20 seconds, and Scotland have the extra player. Julia Mackay, you see the 2 players in the South Africa exclusion area, so they will be making the substitution. Megan Parks will be coming in, but it's Scotland with the extra player. And the shot there from Julia Mackay just goes the wrong way off the post. South Africa may remain 4 goals to the good.
It was a decent opening there. You can see Julia Mackay so close to opening Scotland's account.
Mackay getting back at the other end to help out our defender, Laura Matthewson. And Nicola Tate comes away with the ball. Impressed by Tammy Heidenrich. Shot clock ticking down, and there was an exclusion. 2 hands down, Megan Parks. So Scotland have their 3rd extra man of this opening period.
I'd really like to see them take advantage of it. They're doing all the good work. 3 extra men so far. Could it be 3rd time lucky?
But the shot there from Nicola Tate, not challenging the South African goal as we enter the last minute of this opening period. South Africa, here we see again the shot. Tate just firing it over the bar, and at the other end it is South Africa who score their 5th goal of this opening period.
Yeah, let's just see that 5th goal. Yeah, cross ball. Excellent finish. Scotland are in real trouble here. That's 5-0. And Megan Schooling this time.
Victoria Whitco, number 6 for Scotland, comes into the play to sit in centre forward. Scotland will need to do some work to get the ball to her. Susan Johnston finds Laura Fox. Whitco being well marked by Samantha Shedd, who easily picks that pass. A little bit too easy there for Shedd as she positioned herself well. Whitco not able to find the position. South Africa going to counter. Kelsey White. But that's a nice piece of defence, but should have kept going. And Thompson gets the save. Laura Fox, number 9, kept at it. She passes it to Nicola Tate, who launches it towards the South African goal. But no real challenge there. So Ian, a tough first period for Scotland. South Africa leading by 5-0.
Yeah, Scotland have worked hard. They've gained 3 exclusions through some good work, but they do need to capitalise on it when they get the opportunities. It's 5-0, and I think we've said it before. What's your target? You know, when you're down early on, and I think you've got to try and just keep it every period one at a time and claw your way back into the game.
So we're just going to see some of the South African goals in that opening period. Started off.
Schooling's lob for the first goal. Perfectly placed in off the inside of the post, opening the scoring. You can see it looping high over the Scotland goalkeeper. I don't think that Sarah Thompson had any chance with that effort. And then she shows some skill. Great sideways movement, opens up the goal and finds a far corner. Yeah, it's excellent movement, great technique. And you see just changing the blocking hand. Nicola Tate there, maybe should have kept her right hand up, sorry. And then Kelsey White. What a great shot that is.
Yeah, White has got a very strong shot from the outside, but you see the movement as well. Bringing the ball around, bringing the arm around. Put it to the near post and it goes far post.
And here's the final goal. It's a nice gentle lob over Sarah Thompson, drawn her to the near post. You see Nicola Tate trying hard to get back, but the ball's in the net.
So for all you on the social media, hashtag CWPC 2014. 20 new tweets coming in. University of Edinburgh Sports Union congratulating the Scottish men's team on their victory. Scottish showing themselves delighted, as is Jack at red_5225. And here we are back for the second period of the women's bronze medal match. Scotland against South Africa. Scotland won the opening swim off. Kelsey White's not going to let it happen a second time as she comes up with the ball. South Africa have had a mixed week here. Defeats to England and Canada fairly convincingly, and then fairly convincing wins over Scotland and Wales. Kind of caught between the two groups. They came here looking for a silver medal at least, and they were disappointed not to be playing in the final later on, but say defeats from Canada and England by 3 goals to 12 and 3 goals to 9 meant that they ended up playing within 3, 4 and 5 with Scotland and Wales. Both Scotland and Wales winning games yesterday. Sorry, Scotland and South Africa beating Wales yesterday, so this is a bronze medal match today. South Africa well in control, and number 6 Samantha Shedd goes all the way down the right wing.
Some excellent technique there from Samantha Shedd. You can see she swims in, she shrugs her left shoulder, and she takes that step forward, and as the goalie comes up she just slides it under her arm and into the net for the 6th goal of South Africa for South Africa in this game.
So back to the live action. Gail Logan, the Scottish captain, showing that she was being held on the costume by Kieran Paley, our opposite number. So Paley is excluded for 20 seconds. And Scotland have their 4th man up off this match. First one in the second period, and they really need to make more of this, Ian.
Yeah, the South Africans are clever. They're putting pressure on the players with the ball, and the Scottish ball handling, as you can see there from Susan Johnson, is maybe just not as sharp as it needs to be. If they're going to press out, you've got to zip the ball around, but here we've got an opportunity. Yeah, it's just lobbed over the bar there. Laura Fox, I'm sure she would have wanted to do better there and at least make Jacobs in the South African goal save that one.
Kelsey White, number 12. Claire Gorey good save there from Thompson.
Thompson's had a good game. She's maybe conceded 6, but she's made some great saves. This was another one. That's a terrific stop.
Back with the action, the ball goes into the centre, but Laura Fox does good work to help out Victoria Whitco. Scotland survived that South African attack and looked to counter down the right, but not with a pass like that. The ball from Gail Logan to Fiona Greer. Fiona Greer from the Penguin Club in London. So a tweet of support coming in for her earlier on from the Penguin account. Number 11 for South Africa, Claire Gorry. White to Gorry, two of them playing with it. The ball, and White again showing her skill and power to shoot over the block of Laura Mathewson.
You can't leave Kelsey White because she'll punish you. Scotland just dropping off. And Kelsey White again waving the ball, great technique. She above Sarah Thompson's shoulder. South Africa moved out to 7-0. Julia Mackay getting some respite on the ball there. It's an all deep pool. It's an extremely challenging game physically, water polo. And here we come. Laura Fox looking to start an attack for Scotland. To Gail Logan, the captain. Back to Laura Fox. All the way around to Susan Johnson, but she's under pressure. She's gained the exclusion. Kieran Paley's been excluded for 20 seconds. And Scotland have another man up. How many times have we seen that, Alan? 2 meters given against the attacker there, against Julia Mackay.
It's been a frequent occurrence here at the Aberdeen Sports Village this week. Scotland pass up their 5th extra player opportunity, and on the recovery, Laura Fox, number 9 for Scotland, she'll sit for 20, and South Africa will have the extra player. Some good confident handling from the South African women. The Scottish defence very much focused on blocking, but again we have the call of 2 meters, calls at either end for 2 meters.
Yeah, I think you can see the difference in the quality of the ball handling. The South Africans are very confident with the ball in hand, moving it around the outside there, looking for the opportunity. Unfortunately, that occasion caught again with 2 meters.
Nicola Tate now with the ball, well pressed by Caitlin Schroeder. The clock just ticking down. South Africa happy to let the time run out. Oh, and they can make a steal like that by number 11, Claire Gorry. The younger players in this team getting a run out today. Certainly showing her skill and her speed, coming all the way through the middle. And finding her teammate, Caitlin Schroeder, who puts it back the centre to Megan Parks. And some lovely combinations there from South Africa.
Yeah, they're beginning to turn on some style now, South Africa. A great cross ball. You see the ball played back into the centre. And that's a terrific finish. So, good technique, legs underneath. Fine finish.
Halfway through the second period. Bronze medal match, Commonwealth Water Polo Championships 2014. Scotland losing possession. Kim Kay, number 7 for South Africa. As Anka Jacobs looks for a receiver. She goes long to Claire Gorry. Let Scotland come back. Nicola Tate doing the yards to come back and help out Susan Johnson. And Tate goes forward again. And coach Neil Rayner elects to take a timeout with 3:24 remaining in this second period. A tough stint here for Scottish coaches Rayner and Bampouris. Try to get the girls back on track here.
Yeah, I think they've got to really concentrate on their possessions, and I think they need to make more of their men up. They're working extremely hard. They've gained 5 exclusions so far. And you really think they're going to have to put one in the back of the net soon, Alan.
Yeah, I'd think Nicola Tate, she's had some good shooting this week from the outside, particularly coming in off the number 2 position. As we've said, strong shooting, particularly against the Welsh, who they played earlier in this week, winning by 1. And then yesterday, an equally close match, where Scotland just took it by 6 goals to 5.
Well, there's Scottish assistant coach trying to rearrange the 5-metre marker.
As you see the South African coaches there and assistant coaches. Brad Rowe on your right with a white beard. The South African team played in the World Championships in Barcelona last year, so fairly highly ranked team in the world.
Yeah, they're quite an experienced side. They've got a good mix. Got some experienced senior players, and they've also got some excellent young players coming through. And here's one of them now, Schooling. Oh, good defence from Scotland.
Alison Tate, number 12. Her 16th birthday this week, so this is a big experience for her, playing in a week-long tournament. One of the GB junior squad, Ian.
Yeah, she's done well. She's really coming through, Alison, and it's a family affair. Her sister Nicola's in the team. In fact, she's in the pool just now, number 3. Her mother Brenda is the team manager. Does a terrific job for the women, and we have another exclusion in favour of Scotland.
Number 2, Caitlin Schroeder. Scotland their 6th opportunity, but Holly Campbell taking the shot against some good blocking in the South African team. Taryn Schooling.
Yeah, the shot goes a-begging again. And South Africa bring the ball up here. Schooling's got the ball now, and she's found the centre forward. She gets a back hook off, but Sarah Thompson's equal to it this time.
Kim Kate was number 7, playing centre forward for South Africa. And now Holly Campbell, but easily dispossessed, far too easily dispossessed there by Taryn Schooling.
Schooling was certainly schooling her there. Couldn't resist that one, Alan.
The 2 Schoolings, Megan and Taryn, down here on the right-hand side of the pool. Plenty of space. Campbell trying to block here. The shot goes in. Goes between Campbell and Tate, but the post saves Scotland on that occasion. And Nicola Tate comes away with the ball over the halfway line. Chased down by Kim Kate. Laura Fox to get into centre forward to Julia Mackay, who's strong with the ball in hand. Can she get the shot away? It's good fighting, but excellent goalkeeping from Anka Jacobs.
Just a bit more composure needed from Julia there. I think the lob shot was on, the goalie was right on top of her, and she just lifted the ball over. I think she would have opened Scotland's account. You can see there the goalie's quite close. There's a big gap to the goalie's left.
The outside shot from Caitlin Schroeder. Thought she saw the gap, but not able to find it with a shot. As we're inside the final 30 seconds, almost, of the second period. Pretty steady scoring rate from South Africa. 5 in the first, 3 in the second. They get the ball through, and they defend it with 20 seconds remaining, and they now have a 2-on-1 opportunity. Taryn Schooling going forward. She's going to go all the way. Schooling against Thompson. Makes a space and easily finds the back of the net.
Yeah, I think this is a danger for Scotland as they tire. South Africa are a fit team, and they're finding the spaces on the counter-attack. And Schooling, as she came through again, her great movement when she has the ball in hand. And from that distance, Sarah Thompson has no chance. 8 seconds to go in the first half.
Scotland go to Nicola Tate as the likely shooter. Just gets it into the hands of Anka Jacobs. And so at half-time here at the Aberdeen Sports Village, the bronze medal match between South Africa and Scotland. It looks like the South African women will be evening things up, and the encounters, they're strongly in command here at half-time by 9-0.
There's Coach Rayner speaking to the Scotland players at half-time. I sometimes like to see them swimming, do some laps to cool down, but here's some of the South African goals. You can see Schooling as she just swims through. Strong, strong player. Sorry, that's Samantha Sheed. Underneath the goalkeeper's arm, she's no chance with that one, Sarah Thompson.
And then the second goal. No surprise here with the movement and the power of the shot. Kelsey White, her second goal of the afternoon. And then South Africa, some lovely play there, and it ended up with number 3 Megan Parks putting the ball in the net. Scotland caught at either side, and Parks easily slipped her away. And then on the counter-attack, it was Taryn Schooling swimming through from the defensive position. See, good composure, just moves across, moves the goalie up, down. Sarah Thompson not able to get a hand onto that one. So a fairly convincing second period for South Africa, and they look well on the way to taking the bronze medal at the Commonwealth Water Polo Championships 2014. Again, back on the social media, the SoundCloud interview there with Keith Anderson, number 4, and the Scotland team scored one of the goals and provider for another couple. It was lost for words really with the emotion after the Scottish victory earlier on. We have also comments there. Girls for Sport at GS Sport for Girls, giving South Africa ladies a good shout for their performance so far in this game, and club organiser as well, congratulating the Scottish men and cheering on the Scottish women. Just remind you, swimbuzz.co.uk and hashtag CWPC 2014. Just looking for some other action here on the Twitter feeds. TH Water Polo supporting England later on this afternoon. The 2 finals to come this afternoon, Ian, and we're looking forward to some close games there.
Yeah, well, the previous game to this was an absolute cracker, and I think we've got 2 more coming up this afternoon. The gold medal game in the women's tournament between Canada and England. The first encounter was an absolute cracker. England went out in front and looked as though they were in control. Canada came back into that game, and it was England who were chasing at the end, finishing 9-8 in favour of Canada.
And there we see the table following the round robin events. And as you say, Ian, Canada defeating England, finishing the round robin with 4 wins out of 4. England had fairly convincing win over South Africa and comfortable victories over Scotland and Wales. As we've said already, South Africa defeated by the 2 above and beating the 2 below. So a fairly well-defined table there. Do you think England were a little bit disappointed to be losing out to Canada in that group match, Ian?
I think they were. It's, I mean, the important one is obviously the gold medal match today, and if you could pick one, you would certainly choose to win today's game. But there's a psychological advantage, and I think as a coach and the players themselves, you want to win every game you play.
As we were saying, the South African women have been at the 2 previous Commonwealth Championships in Manchester in 2002 and Perth in 2006, where they picked up 5th place on both these occasions. Scotland also have made representation at these championships before, at Perth in 2006, where they finished in 6th place, just above Singapore. So, no championships in 2010 when the Commonwealths were in Delhi, so we're delighted to have the event on again. as we have the Commonwealth Games in Scotland and Glasgow later on this year. As we get the second half of this bronze medal match underway, young Alison Tate, number 12 for Scotland, up against the much more experienced number 12, Kelsey White. And White picks the ball. White probably just enjoying this match. A good run out for her today, all her experience. And the opening shot from Megan Schooling, as Scotland have changed their goalkeeper.
Yeah, I think Chantal had a fantastic game against Wales in the second half, and it's going to be interesting to see how she copes with the strong outside shooting from South Africa.
Sarah Thompson did get behind a good few in that first half. Unfortunately, South Africa putting 9 in the goals. South Africa have also changed their goalkeeper. Number 13, Jessica Bentley, has come in. And Anke Jacobs takes her seat on the bench as Scotland run the clock down on their possession. White and Samantha Shedd, and now Taryn Schooling to Shedd, over to Schooling. Not an awful lot of pressure on the outside, but that lob not too successful.
Nicola Tate coming away with the ball here. They really need to get some centre forward established. It's Julia Mackay who's trying to take up that position, and she's showing the referee that she's been held. The referee agrees with her.
Exclusion out on the top there is Tammy Heidenreich. So Scotland have their 7th extra player off this game, Fiona Greer from the London Penguin Club. Also played in Perth in 2006, but gives away a simple pass there. And South Africa flying off in a counter-attack through number 7, Kim Kay. And no surprise, she's supported by Kelsey White, who's looking to give her it back. And she does. And a lovely 1-2 between the South African.
Yeah, credit where it's due. That was a terrific fast break there by South Africa. Kim Kay started with the ball. She fired it over to Kelsey White, and then unselfishly the ball back across. And when you do that, the goalkeeper's no chance. See the goalkeeper's at one side of the goal and the ball's at the other.
So Scotland do get the ball into Mackay, and she scores! Julia Mackay catches Jessica Bentley cold.
Yeah, we just said at the last attack Julia was looking to get herself set in centre forward. She did this time. The ball came in from Susan Johnson. Although we've missed it there, that was a great back hook. Yeah, you can see it from this angle. Right above the goalie's head, and it's in the net before she can react.
So Nicola Tate on that far side, being pressed by Kelsey White, who seems to be everywhere in this match. Moves very well throughout the pool, and has a good interception from Taryn Schooling. Picking the ball a little bit too easily from Susan Johnson.
Schooling driving down with the ball on the right hand side here. Has she got someone far post? Yep, she has. I think Chantal Gillot in the Scotland goal. She's an excellent goalkeeper. She makes a terrific stop there.
And gets across to it well. And sends Susan Johnson on her way. And into the goal scorer. Number 4 for Scotland, Julia Mackay. Who gets a minor foul for her efforts there. Megan Schooling, number 5, defending. To Nicola Tate. The clock ticking down. You can see it in your corner of your screen. 6 seconds, and Tate electing to throw the ball goalwards. Scotland are able to cover the situation. Kim Kay looking for a receiver and then deciding to go all the way. Just a couple of dummies, but the shot Off round the far post. Chantal Guillot to Alison Tate. And Tate under challenge there. A much more experienced Kim Kay. Victoria Whitco plays it goalwards. Megan Schooling just tips it easily back to Jessica Bentley, and South Africa go countering again through Taryn Schooling. To Sam Sheed. And Chantal Guillot comes out and is helped by Alison Tate.
Rather fortunate there. I would have fancied a penalty if that was in the attacking zone there. Just where the player had got good position. The referee's not impressed though.
No, not on that occasion. South Africa 10-1 to the good. The shot from Nicola Tate. And slow to get the cover, so it's Nicola Tate being countered off by Taryn Schooling. We've seen an awful lot of Schooling this game. Her and her sister Megan. But 2 yards there, 2 metres even. Yeah, just showing her age.
Showing your age, Alan. I knew it was 2 metres. It's probably yards when you were around. Scotland come away with the ball. Really looking to get a centre forward set here.
Replaying there, but no goal. As we say, 2 metres against number 7, Kim Kay. In there without the ball, so the foul goes against South Africa. And back with play, Victoria Whitco centre forward. But Slim Potter gives a foul against for ball under. And Taryn Schooling goes for the ball, takes on Susan Johnson. And Johnson tries to wrestle her to the floor. He's unsuccessful and sent out for 20 seconds.
Poor shot by Schooling. She's done lots of things right, but that wasn't a great shot. It's kind of gone up and down a bit, Alan. What needs to happen now to get some direction in the game?
Well, just 2 minutes off this third period remaining, and as you say, and I think the game lost its direction. The outcome not really in doubt at this point. South Africa well in command by 10-1, and perhaps coming off the gas as we get the shot there from the goal scorer for Scotland, Julia Mackay. And with that, the South African coach, Brad Rowe, doesn't get to his feet, but he does call for the timeout.
There's Slim, the New Zealand referee.
So South Africa with the timeout, well in control in this bronze medal match. Looking to make amends for their men's team defeat earlier on. As we go Twitter feed here, Philip Shonkin cheering on South Africa and Water Polo SA. Tertia Jacobs as well. South African supporters there cheering their team on, and they are looking good for this bronze medal. 1:40 remaining in the third period. 10 goals to 1 indeed, but a good save there. The shot from Caitlin Schroeder. Chantal Guillot getting behind it. Laura Mathewson.
There's Holly Campbell making a decent swim down the right hand side there, the right wing. And Laura Mathewson's picked
nice
out Louise
drive.
Fox.
There's a good drive there from Louise Fox. First time we've seen one of the Scottish players making that positive committed drive.
She's a good young player, Louise. She plays her water polo now at Edinburgh University. She's had a very successful season there with them.
Julia Mackay doing the pressing on Caitlin Schroeder. And South Africa being pushed back for a change. And running out of time, but they will get the shot away. Samantha Shedd. And she touches it over. The shot is touched over there by Chantal.
It's been a better period this, I think, for Scotland in terms of the scoreline, Alan.
Yeah, 1-1 in the period. So small victories. And there, the goal scorer Julia Mackay coming back. Alison Tate, number 12. Laura Matthewson. And into the last 20 seconds of this period. As the clock is ticking down. Scotland 5 left on the shot clock. Will they get the shot away? Holly Campbell looking to hold it, but it's turned over. The 30 seconds is over. And the period is also over. And a better period for Scotland, Ian. The scores in that 1-1 apiece.
Yeah, I think the Chantal Gilo who came in the Scottish goal, she's had an excellent period there. She saved quite a few shots and certainly looked a lot more comfortable.
So at three-quarter time, it is South Africa well in command and looking likely to take the bronze medal in the women's competition as they lead Scotland by 10 goals to 1.
Welcome to Scottish Swimming's official YouTube channel. No matter if you compete or participate in swimming, disability swimming, diving, synchro, open water, water polo or masters, if you are a teacher, tutor or coach, or simply interested in what we're up to, this is the place to find it, from wherever you are in the world. On our channel, you can watch our key events live or on demand, or simply the highlights afterwards, all for free 24/7. If you subscribe, you'll not miss any new videos, so what are you waiting for?
So there you go, folks. Get on YouTube to watch all the matches from yesterday and today and the Scottish Commonwealth Water Polo Championships here in the Aberdeen Sports Village. The third time this event has been held. As you see some of the shots from the underwater camera we have on the side of this pool at the Aberdeen Sports Village. And the Scottish end of the pool. See the ladies there with the saltire on their costumes. South Africans with their national flag on their costumes. As we get ready for the start of this fourth and final period in the bronze medal match. Number 10, Louise Fox, up against, just looking to see who it is in the South African goal. I think it's number 3, no, number 2 actually, Caitlin Schroeder, up against Louise Fox. And Fox picks the ball. It's 2 apiece in the swim-offs. Scotland winning it at the opening swim-off. Number 12, Alison Tate, picking the first swim-off. And they get the ball into centre, Fiona Greer, but she's being held. And the shot there from Laura Fox driving across. Just clipping the crossbar. And Jessica Bentley picks it out and sends South Africa back on their way.
Yeah, Laura Fox really worked hard. She got all the way around. It was the right shot. She just didn't quite pull it off and the ball came back off the bar.
Shot there from Megan Parks, but straight down the barrel into the hands of Chantal Guillot. And that's not the best pass out we'll ever see. It goes straight to Claire Gorey. And Gorey comes all the way. She'll need to pass. No, she won't. It's not after a foul. She could go all the way.
I think the referee made the same mistake as you. That wasn't a foul. I mean, she
wasn't.
received the ball off a poor outlet pass, so she's quite entitled to go and shoot and score.
Absolutely, Ian. Thank you. So Guillot this time does find our intended recipient, Scottish player number 4, Julia Mackay. South Africa pressing hard as they have done, and the ball goes in, and Kelsey White picks that one up easily. Number 11, Claire Gorey for South Africa.
Some good defence there. Julia Mackay back doing some work at the other end of the pool. She scored Scotland's only goal so far in this, from the centre forward position, but this time she was back doing her defensive duties.
Megan Parks, number 3, easily picks that ball. South African coach Brad Rowe calls for a timeout, although I'm not sure whether he was clapping or calling for a timeout with his actions there.
He's bringing a new meaning to the word laid back. He's sitting there, arms spread out, looks perfectly relaxed.
And you're not too much to trouble him at this point in time, making 4 changes in the outfield players.
Scotland having a wee impromptu team meeting there. Louise Fox is in the pool, Julia Mackay, Laura Matthewson, Laura Fox, and Captain Gail Logan.
As we get ready to restart after the timeout in this final period of the bronze medal match. Just under 6 minutes remaining. The ball goes into centre forward. Kelsey White does well to feed it out. Megan Schooling puts it back in, feeds White. A nice shot out of centre forward. South Africa electing to play that attack with 2 centre forwards. White and Hayden Rick, number 4 for South Africa. And they're well back to protect their centre back. Gail Logan and a couple of players around her. And Scotland make an in-play substitution rather slowly. So they've played this attack with 5 players. And rather obviously Logan getting called for holding off number 7 Kim Kay. Susan Johnson comes into the game. Fiona Gearier, Scotland's gone out. She's in some trouble over there, I think.
Yeah. She was in some distress here, Alan.
As South Africa continue to attack and strong play. But again, the shot from Hayden Rick doesn't find the target. Holly Campbell, number 2 for Scotland, tries to bring it forward. Trying to get the ball into Logan. Julia Mackay, not playing in the centre forward position for this period. Where she scored the goal that Scotland have on the board. And the shot from Susan Johnson flies harmlessly wide. And it gives number 9, Taryn Schooling, the chance to counter-attack. And White gets the ball perfectly in front of her. So Schooling goes round one way and the other and wins a penalty.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that, Alan. I mean, she did some excellent work to get round, but I felt that as she got round, she was maybe playing for the penalty.
Do you think she could have gone forward to try to score?
Yeah, definitely. You can see the Scottish defenders, you know, putting her hands up. So we've got a 5 metre here. And Megan Schooling makes no mistake. First goal in a while, though.
It is. Things have slowed up in the second half. Just the second goal for South Africa since half-time.
Yeah, you can see Schooling here. Chantal's just to one side of her goal, leaving a bigger target on the other side, and she certainly found that.
Two number 4s, the 2 centre forwards wrestling it out. Julia Mackay and Tammy Heidenreich. So, more usually to be found in front of the goal rather than out in the arc when they're having a go. And the shot there Well, a little bit speculative from Mackay. Jessica Bentley fires the ball straight back to number 4, who's just swam off Mackay Heidenreich, and she goes in, but Holly Campbell does well to defend.
Yeah, it's great work by Holly Campbell, covering back for her teammate there and making a decisive interception there, stealing the ball, preventing another South African goal.
Susan Johnston there, getting the foul. Now Campbell's up the right wing. Looks for Laura Mathewson on the far side. To Laura Fox, but far too easily dispossessed by number 6, Samantha Shedd. She looks for a receiver. Finds Kelsey White, and a bit quieter in the second half of this game. White and Shedd on the top. And White lets one go, as she did in the opening half. And a similar result, Ian.
Yeah, you leave Kelsey White open at your peril. Gail Logan, I know she's tiring, but she could have been closer there. You see her just late and getting her arm up. Fabulous technique. Kelsey White stepping up high and launching the ball. You can see, yeah, Chantal Gilo, no chance with that one.
Third goal for White this afternoon.
A lot of positives, Alan, for Scotland they can take from this week, the Scottish women.
Well, 2 wins over Wales, I think, is very good news. I think the experience of playing in a week-long tournament has also done them a lot of good. And they've had a much stronger performance today against South Africa than they did in the group stages.
I think it's all about experience for these girls, and hopefully they can kick on from this.
South Africa driving forward again down that far side. Number 12, Kelsey White. Back to Taryn Schooling. Said that so often in this match. And Schooling comes across, and Chantal Guillot rises to her left. That was a nice save.
She had a great game against Wales, and when it was so close against Wales, she really kept Scotland in it. And then when they got a goal in front, she made some big stops at the end of that game. She's had a good tournament.
Holly Campbell scored a couple of goals against Wales yesterday, which were decisive, but not able to have the same impact today. Stronger South African side, giving too much pressure. Samantha Shedd, number 6, opens up for her. And again, Guillot gets the save.
Yeah, I like that. We may be in the getting towards the end of the game, but the Scotland goalkeeper still fiercely competitive. Delighted that she's making a save there. That's great effort.
The Scottish goalkeeper for a number of years, very experienced. Number 6, Samantha Shedd. Megan Schooling to Shedd. And Shedd picks the spot in the bottom corner. And Chantal Guillot not able to get over and keep that one out.
Yeah, I think Scotland are obviously getting tired, but when you're playing a zone, you do need to get closer. See, she's only on about 5 metres and we're given a free shot. I think you really got to make them shoot from outside 5, maybe 7, 8 metres. Give the goalkeeper a chance.
Definitely. With 1:16 remaining off this bronze medal match, Scottish coach Neil Rayner decides to call a timeout and make a few changes, see if Scotland can go out in a blaze of glory here, perhaps get another goal before the competition's over. South Africa, I'm sure will be pleased with the bronze medal that they'll be picking up later on this afternoon. There we see their captain taking a well-earned break, Kelsey White taking her hat off. She's done her work for the day.
It's been great to see both the South African men and women at this Commonwealth tournament. I really think these girls have enjoyed themselves as well, and we certainly hope it's going to be an event that carries on every 4 years.
Yeah, some good competition here at the Aberdeen Sports Village this week.
Do you think a conference is required by the referees at this stage of the game, Alan?
I'm not sure it's going to be defining in the matter, I would think, but Singapore referee Sean Chow thinks it is, and he's going to go and have a word with Slim Potter on the far side. I think the player's probably as bemused as you and I sitting here in the commentary booth.
Well, I certainly can't see anything that would warrant a conversation and a long walk at this point of the game. I mean, I think there's no dispute the game's over. Think there's going to be anything earth-shattering here, Alan?
I certainly didn't see it. I certainly did not see it. As we wait for the referees to take their position up again. A few new tweets coming in. Mark Nemitz, good luck to the England team coming up next. David Alcorn keeping things updated. Stephen Funai congratulating the Scottish men. And we're back on way. I've no idea what that was about, Ian, but Scotland have possession as we come in towards the last minute of this game. And Gail Logan gets the foul, and Victoria Whitco gets the shot away. But Jessica Bentley easily able to pick that one out.
South Africa got one last goal to just tag onto their tally in this Commonwealth tournament.
A left-hander for South Africa. Kieran Paley takes a shot, and that's a nice shot. Right over the left-hand side. A Scottish keeper, Chantal Guillot. Scottish timeout not really bringing the reward they were after. It is South Africa that score on the end of that. As we enter the last 30 seconds of this game, Alison Tate, but too easily dispossessed. Holly Campbell fighting for it, but the foul goes against her for ball under. And South Africa going to finish with a flourish through number 9, Taryn Schooling, and another goal for Schooling. Just count up and make that her 4th goal of the afternoon in this bronze medal match.
I've been impressed by Schooling. She's an excellent tournament. Just a lot of pressure on the young Alison Tate there. She was onto that in a flash, and it was past Chantal Guillot in the Scotland goal.
And again, Tate dispossessed far too easily. Taimie Heidenreich going in on goal. And she's working hard, the left-hander. And disappointingly for Scotland, but I'm sure ecstatic for South Africa. Another goal at the end of this bronze medal match, which has been fairly one-sided, Ian.
Yeah, it has. I mean, Scotland were always big underdogs going into this game. You can't fault their effort though, Alan.
Yeah. And so, from the Aberdeen Sports Village, the Commonwealth Water Polo Championships 2014, the bronze medal in the women's competition goes to South Africa. They finished 3rd after the group stages of the competition. And again, in the medal placings, they've disposed of Wales yesterday and Scotland today, and come out winners on this occasion by 16 goals to 1. So they will head home with the bronze medal in their bags. Scotland will be grateful for their enjoyment in this tournament this week. 2 good wins over Wales, and plenty experience gained for these ladies. Gail Logan there leading the Scottish team for the handshake with the South Africans. We'll be back in about 15 minutes time for the main event in the women's competition, the final between Canada and England. As we sign off here, we see the full-time result, the bronze medal match, South Africa winners, and they'll be on later on to pick the bronze medal up at the ceremony. Thank you, and we'll see you Canada-England 3:20.